Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Monday, March 18th, 2013. This is Texan TV News from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas, and I am Becca Burnett. In today's headlines, Tarleton students will vote next month on raising athletic fees. A man is accused of sexually assaulting a 6-year-old. Officials are debating the use of police drones. An organ donor prompts a rabies scare. 2 men are beaten in Egypt after being accused of stealing a motorized rickshaw. Texans and Texans conclude their season with wins. And now for today's top story. In Tarleton news, according to tarleton.edu, academic advising for the summer and fall semesters will begin today. Academic advising is required for all students who have fewer than 45 hours and is available to everyone. Students wishing to be advised should contact Academic Advising Services or their major department. Students may walk in or schedule an appointment by calling 254-968-9746. The Tarleton Advising offices are open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and are located on the lower level of the Thompson Student Center in room 13. For a full list of other required advising, visit tarleton.edu/advising. In campus news, students will vote in April on whether to raise the athletic fee from $10 to $22. The Student Government Association wants to increase the fee in order to compete with other schools. Currently, Texas A&M University Corpus Christi's athletic fees are $23. The Student Fee Advisory Committee at Tarleton proposed SGA Senate Bill 0413 that would gradually increase the athletic fees by $4 per semester credit for the next 3 years. If the bill is passed by the students, the increased fees would be used to construct the following: an aquatics complex, facility enhancements, and athletic administration costs. In order for the bill to pass, students must approve it in April. If approved, the fee will begin in the fall.
Okay, so are you a House or Senate member?
I am a Senate member. I am the president of the Senate.
Okay, so what are your duties?
I run the chamber meetings for Senate, and I keep track of whether or not senators complete their reports. Each senator has specific duties that they are supposed to do, and I maintain order and parliamentary procedure with it.
Are there any current fees that receive complaints from students or parents, and if so, which ones?
Currently, I haven't heard any discussion about fees that have caused issue with students or parents. Obviously, students always oppose the addition of new fees, like the printing fee last year was a huge
I remember
deal.
that.
But once the fee was put in place, there were less complaints about it.
Any major changes that may be coming in the near future for tuition regarding student fees?
Actually, there is. At the student fee hearing last Wednesday, there was a discussion about differential tuition. And what differential tuition means is that for particular majors, they would have to pay a different credit hour cost than anyone else. The majors, they've already done it with graduate studies. All graduate students pay a higher tuition fee per hour than any of the other students because all of their faculty have to be PhDs.
Yes.
So they have to pay those faculty members more than they would just master's faculty.
Well, thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
In regional news, according to the Stephenville Empire-Tribune, a man accused of sexually assaulting a 6-year-old child has been sentenced to 30 years in prison. The 54-year-old Ricky Don Schronk entered a plea of guilty to aggravated sexual assault of a child. Attorney Andrew Ottaway represented him in court. In June 2012, Schronk was arrested by Stephenville police. The newspaper said he fled the scene after the incident occurred. Schronk turned himself into the authorities later and has been held in Erath County Jail on a $100,000 bond. And now today's Texas national and international news from the Associated Press. In Texas news, Texas cities and legislatures are evaluating the pros and cons of using police drones. Only 2 police departments test drones across the state and use them now. The Federal Aviation Administration only allows drones to be used in emergency situations, such as when lives are in immediate danger. Border Patrol drones are the most commonly used. The other drones tested are used by universities for training and research of natural habitats. Austin Police Department eliminated their drone testing program after the leasing cost of insurance proved to be $120,000 for a single drone. The Austin police chief also reported that the use of drones would cause many concerns for the public. Governor Rick Perry and Texas A&M at Corpus Christi are pushing for the FAA to consider Texas as one of 6 states to become a place for drone testing. If this was approved by the FAA, it would generate $800 million for the Texas economy and a possible 15,000 jobs for researchers within the state, according to the AP. Privacy issues regarding the public and the drones are currently being discussed in the legislature. In national news, hundreds of people across 5 states are being closely watched for rabies symptoms after being in contact with an organ donor who had it and 4 organ recipients. One of the recipients died, sparking all the investigations. Over 200 workers, as well as family members, have been under close watch. They were also encouraged to get rabies shots as a precaution. Florida doctors did not test the organ donor before he died in 2011. People from Florida, Georgia, Illinois, North Carolina, and Maryland have all been assessed for rabies. The 20-year-old organ donor was infected with a raccoon rabies virus that went undetected. A Maryland recipient died in February, about a year and a half after receiving a kidney from the donor. In international news, according to the AP, Egyptian vigilantes beat 2 men accused of stealing a motorized rickshaw on Sunday, then hung them by their feet while some in a watching crowd chanted, "Kill them." The killings come just a week after the Attorney General's office encouraged civilians to arrest lawbreakers and hand them over to authorities. It was one of the most extreme cases of vigilante in 2 years of sharply deteriorating security, following the 2011 uprising. Gruesome photos circulated quickly via Facebook and Twitter, showing images taken by people in the crowd of thousands who watched and recorded the lynchings on cell phone cameras. In sports, according to Tarleton.edu and Tarleton Sports, the Texans and Texans' great season both came to an end in regional play this weekend. The Texans finished their season Friday night 91-78 against conference rival Midwestern State in the opening round of the tournament at Colorado Mesa University. The Texans finished their season Saturday night 75-65 against number 3 ranked and number 1 seeded Metro State in the first round of the NCAA Division II South Central Regional in Denver, Colorado. In Texan softball, Brenna Hennon home dominance continued Saturday afternoon as the junior pitcher allowed earned runs in a little over 4 innings of relief to lead the Texans to an 8-6 win and series sweep of Texas A&M Kingsville Saturday. In Texan baseball, the Texans pushed its winning streak to 8 games on the season and 11 straight over Eastern New Mexico with a 13-7 and 12-0 doubleheader victory over the Greyhounds at Cecil Ballo Baseball Complex in Stephenville on Saturday. And in weather, according to weatherchannel.com, today's forecast calls for partly cloudy skies with a high of 74 and a low of 43 degrees with a 0% chance of precipitation. Tomorrow we can expect it to be cooler with a high of 72 and a low of 49. We're likely to see precipitation with a 20% chance of rain, and it'll be partly cloudy. Today's broadcast was produced by Ian Traub, Lance McFarland, Julie Gutierrez, and Nick Duval. You can follow the Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter and check out our website at www.texannews.net. I am Becca Burnett. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.